So today I will continue the portion that is formula of simple compounds. Okay, that is unit 3.4.1 in page number 38, because you are to be very cautious about writing down the formula and how to write it down, because at the same time the symbol is also there and also the formula for the radical anion is also there. Okay, so you should be more careful when you will write the represent one compound regarding the formula of the radical anion and also their valency. So already I hope you have made a you can remember the valencies of the radical anions. Okay, that is, what is the valency of sulfate? Can you tell me what is the valency of sulfate? Anyone respond? What is the valency of sulfate? What is the valency of sulfate? No, it is the formula is SO4, but what is the valency? What is the valency? 2, minus 2. Very good. So here in basic concept the valency is 2. So when you having any confusion regarding that, then you first of all just assume one compound. If you having any confusion regarding the valency, then first of all just think about one compound where this portion, that is for which portion we are detecting the valency, for that portion just think about one compound. Now I am thinking about sulfuric acid. So how many hydrogen atom bonded with that portion? How many hydrogen atom? 2 hydrogen atom. So it is, the valency is 2. Just for example, NO3 minus. So you may have the confusion, just think about one compound where this radical anion is present. This is nitrate, and here you can see that a compound, that is HNO3, is there where hydrogen atom, number of hydrogen atom is 1. So here the valency of the nitrate is 1. Okay. Now this is also another technique, that when we define the valency, that how many hydrogen atoms can combine with that species, and also the chlorine atom and twice the number of oxygen atom. This is also the definition of valency, and you can use it for detecting the valency if you having any confusion regarding the valency of that radical anion. In the same way, suppose for the chloride, just think one compound HCl. So HCl here, one hydrogen atom, so its valency 1. Now the charge, that is the minus or plus, it will depend upon its the electronegative or electropositive character. Okay, so which one is electronegative, that means they processing the anion, then it will be called as the minus charge, and which one is the cationic part, it will takes as a positive. Okay, so the metals generally takes the positive valency, the charge is plus, whereas the anions is takes the minus valency. Just here it is the minus, just hydrogen it is taken as plus. Iron, in example FeSO4, here iron is the metallic part or electropositive, metallic or electropositive iron. So here it is plus, just 2. Now it is plus 2, and sulfate is minus 2, because it is of anion. Sulfate is anion here because it is of electronegative character. Just for example, ferric chloride, FeCl3. Okay, Now those who having the concept of periodic table, you can see that this chlorine atom representing on the group 17, which is at the right column, which is detecting as it is an electronegative, and iron, it is a metal and it takes the positive character. So it is the electropositive end, it is the electronegative end, and when the charge becomes same, that is the charge of the positive charge and number of negative charge in a compound will be same, then it will be called as a neutral one. But if it is not neutralized, that is number of positive charge and number of negative charge is not neutralized, then there is the formation of the double salt or etc. For example, sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3. Now the valency of carbonate is -2, but when hydrogen atom attached with the carbonate, then one positive charge of hydrogen neutralizes one negative charge, and the remaining charge on the bicarbonate head is equal to -1. So Na plus, it's having +1, and HCO3 minus, it's having -1, and the overall compound becomes neutral. Okay, so this is also one process to detect the valency of any radical anion. It may be bicarbonate, sulfate, chloride, nitrate, phosphate, etc. Okay, now I am telling about one of the compounds. Just what would be the formula for calcium nitrate? What would be the formula for calcium nitrate? Okay, students, now in the previous day I give you one chart regarding the charge of the cations and anions. In that portion, in that chart, just add one anion, oxalate C2O4 2 minus, and the valency is 2. Add it in that chart. Previously I have written on the board, that is after the dichromate, permanganate, chromate, manganate, you will also write oxalate. Nafisha, it is wrong. Calcium nitrate. Just think about the valency. Yes, Ronnie, this is correct. Ronnie, it is correct. Calcium nitrate, CaNO3 whole twice. Okay, before that completing, you add it. Have you completed this part? That is the valency of the oxalate. Complete it first, valency of the oxalate. Write it in the chart, oxalate, OXALATE, and the formula is C2O4 2 minus. C2O4 2 minus, and the valency is 2. Complete it, then everyone respond what would be the formula of calcium nitrate. Then you will write what is the formula for calcium oxalate. Respond in the chat. What will be the formula of both these compound? One is calcium nitrate and another one is calcium oxalate. Oxalate, the valency of oxalate is written here, and you complete it on your previous day note. I am waiting who can give the answer of calcium oxalate first. Yes, Ronit, it is C2O4. Ca, the formula is Ca C2O4. You have written COO2. It is not that. Calcium oxalate, that is CaC2O4. Yes, now it is correct. CaC2O4. Yes, now it is correct. CaC2O4. Okay, so everyone write it down, calcium nitrate. Okay, now I am showing how the formula for these compounds form. Calcium Ca, valency is 2, nitrate 1. Okay, now cross multiplying CaNO3 whole twice. Calcium 2, C2O4 2. Okay, so Ca2C2O4 whole twice. Now simplifying, we can write CaC2O4. So this line is not required. CaC2O4, calcium oxalate. Okay, so complete it, and I am moving to the next example of formation of formula. What would be the formula for sodium sulfide? What would be the formula for sodium sulfide? SULPHIDE. Okay, so just check the valency of the sulfide, and I think sodium, the symbol of sodium, can remember, everyone can remember the formulas, the symbol and its valency. Na2S, yes, correct. So sodium, it is sodium 1 sulfide 2. Now it is Na2S. Now in that compound, how the charge is neutralized? Okay, so if there is some remaining charge is there, then here it comes with the formula with plus or minus. If you can see that the formula is given in the third bracket and plus or minus sign is given as the superscript with the formula, then you can say that the charge of the metallic part or the electropositive part is not neutralized if it is positively charged, and if it is negatively charged, then you can tell that there is the excess of anions is there. So if positive charge is there, then charge of the electropositive metal is greater, and if negative charge is there, then the charge, that is the negatively charged anion, is greater. Okay, so here how charge is neutralized? Now it is of electropositive character, calcium, as it is a metal, and nitrate is -1. So to neutralize the charge, that is +2 charge, how many nitrate atom or nitrate radical are required? That is, it have to form to be -2. So 2 number of nitrate atoms, nitrate radical required, ion required, is equal to 2. So just you can say that it would be CaNO3 whole twice. Suppose come here, calcium is +2, oxalate is -2. So one calcium atom can neutralize the charge of the oxalate atom, one oxalate ion. In the opposite way, one oxalate ion can neutralize the charge of the calcium atom. So here the formula is, if the formula is of sodium oxalate, what would be the formula for sodium oxalate? Sodium oxalate, Na2C2O4. Yes. So sodium, just write the formula C2O4. Sodium is +1, oxalate is -2. So it will be Na2C2O4. Okay. So you will practice some the simple formula, that is calcium bicarbonate, calcium carbonate, sodium bicarbonate, sodium carbonate, sodium sulfate, sulfide, okay, and sulfate, thiosulfate, those which was on the chart, especially the NCERT questions. Okay. Now I am moving to the next part, that is unit 3.5. Unit 3.5. This unit tells about the molecular mass. Molecular mass. So first of all, we have to know the definition of molecular mass. What is molecular mass? So molecular mass is the summation of all the atomic masses in the molecule. It is the summation of atomic masses of the molecules, of all the atoms, of all the atoms in a molecule. You can also see the definition is also given in your NCERT book, that of a substance is the sum of the atomic masses of all the atoms in a molecule of the substance. Okay, it is similar to that. It is therefore the relative mass of a molecule expressed in atomic mass unit. What is atomic mass unit? Atomic mass unit was cultured before, that is AMU, or in small it is U, that is unit mass. It is that of the 1/12 of an C12 isomer. That is relative atomic mass, that is if one atom, suppose the element is X, if what is the ratio, that is the mass of that atom divided by 1/12 of an carbon 12 atom's mass, that is mass of 1/12 of the mass of an carbon 12 atom, 1/12 of mass of an carbon 12 isomer. Okay. So this is the atomic mass unit which was cultured before. Now for this we have to know about the atomic masses. Now atomic mass, that is there are two parameters, one is atomic number and another one is atomic mass. Now a atom, suppose an atom of sodium, was an atom of sodium is how many multiple of that unit? It is the 23 multiple of that unit. It is the 23. That means just think about one molecular mass, that is oxygen. Oxygen. So the mass of atomic mass of oxygen is equal to the 16 into 1/12 of the mass of an carbon 12 isomer. So how many multiple? It is 16 multiple. So this is the AMU, this is the AMU, or in small it is the U. So how many U? That is 16 U. So the atomic mass of oxygen is 16. In the same way, the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1, because it is same. It is 1 into 1/12 of the mass of a carbon 12 isomer. It is for hydrogen. So in this scale, so it is equal to 1 U. It is equal to 16 U. So these units, that is 1, 16, in the same way we can calculate it for every element, and there would be the chart where the atomic masses will be given. Okay, so here you have to remember the atomic masses of some simple molecules, simple atoms, so that you can calculate the molecular mass. Okay, now in general, suppose AB is a molecule. Its atomic mass of A equal to X, atomic mass of B equal to Y. So the molecular mass will be equal to X plus Y from the definition. Now if it is equal to A2B3, then what would be the molecular mass? Tell me in general form, in that form. Anyone can tell this? What would be the molecular mass of A2B3 if its atomic mass is the X for A and Y for B? No, it is not that. So atomic mass of A equal to X, so the total mass of A equal to 2 into X, and the total mass of B equal to 3 into Y. So the overall molecular mass equal to 2X plus 3Y. Clear it regarding the molecular formula AB and A2B3. If the atomic mass of A is X and atomic mass of B is Y, then molecular mass equal to X plus Y. If the formula is A2B3, then the molecular mass will be 2X plus 3Y. Is it clear? Clear response, students? Okay, have you written it? Now I will tell you about some charts. That is the chart of some atomic mass of simple elements. Everyone have completed it? Okay, now make a chart of that. May I rub this board? May I rub this board? Okay, so again you will make a chart that the element, and in the right column it's atomic mass. This chart will continue. Element, hydrogen, the atomic mass is 1. Hydrogen, then boron, atomic mass 5. Carbon, atomic mass 6. Nitrogen, atomic mass 7. Oxygen, atomic mass 8. Oxygen, fluorine, atomic mass 9. No, sorry. This is not the atomic mass, it is the atomic number. So, atomic mass for boron it is 11, but here not required, delete it. Write it for carbon, it is 14, it is 12. For nitrogen it is 14, for oxygen it is 16. Delete it. Previous was the atomic number, this is the atomic mass. So, hydrogen 1, carbon 12, nitrogen 14, oxygen 16. Okay. Now, just calculate the molecular mass of water. So, it would be like A2 B1. Okay. So, the atomic mass, that is 2 into 1 plus oxygen, that is 16, overall 18. Okay. Next one, suppose HNO3, which is also given on your NCERT book. HNO3, that is nitric acid. Okay. So, here 1 hydrogen, that is 1 nitrogen, 14 plus number of oxygen atom, that is 3. So, 16 into 3. So, now overall the molecular mass of nitric acid will be 1 plus 14 plus 48, that is 63. Okay. So, this is about the how to calculate molecular mass. Okay. Clear? Write it down in your copy. Write it in your copy. Completed? Have you completed? Students respond. Have you completed up to that the molecular mass of water? And okay, where the rest of the students? Where they are? Abhinandan, Kinjal, Mohok, Ronit, Sara, Asraful, 2, Somnath, Suhana, Nafisha, Rajanna, Shraddha. Okay. Okay, so that's all for today. On the next class, I will continue after that part. Okay. So